Evening all. A quiet start to this evening's proceedings. We are now very much in the season of Lent. So that was a very traditional German Lent hymn that would be played. I've already played it twice this week. I played it once on Wednesday night, which was of course Ash Wednesday, and I played it last night because it's the first Sunday, the first weekend in Lent. So there we are. Very, very lovely, simple melody. And you can really play around with the harmonies and have great fun doing it. So that's what I did. Hello everybody, how are you doing? Is everyone happy? Have you all had or are having a wonderful weekend? We had a wonderful weekend. Vanessa and I had some excitement today. We went out for pizza. It's the first time we've gone out for anything to eat in months. For, actually going out and, doing something. Yeah, the last little while has been very frugal. That's a good way of putting it. So, yes, there we are. So, good evening, everybody. We will have some relaxing, gentle Lenten hymns tonight. We will have some fun, spontaneous requests. I see Vanessa piling things up that she has printed out already. I have no idea what's coming, so that could be interesting. We have, I received a couple of interesting requests, including some jazzy things, which we will do a little later on as well. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, our friend Gleiswanderer has not requested something from the Brown Book of Magnificence. He has requested an actual piece of music independent of Brown books. Quite something different. Something very, very different indeed. I'm quite looking forward to that as well. It's printed out somewhere as well. I haven't seen it yet, so that's rather exciting. So, but maybe we will spontaneously do something from the Brown Book of Magnificence in his absence tonight to surprise him when he watches this concert at a later date. That would be rather exciting. So, now, this organ this evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Alessandria organ, which we all know is one of my favorites, that lovely big Italian organ that you can make sound like anything, really. You can make it sound like a big French organ, you can make it sound like a British organ, you can make it sound like an Italian organ. Can you make it sound like a German organ? I don't know, probably. You can make it sound like all kinds of things. It's rather wonderful. Great instrument. It is, of course, home to the legendary Gartshore Gang. Tuba! Get ready with your emojis. Let's have some tuba emojis there then. There's the tuba. There we go. Any tubas coming? I hope so. You're always behind, so I don't see that until such time as it comes up. Good heavens, it's very warm in here tonight. There may be removal of clothing going on this evening. We've had, there we are, thank you, Michael. We've had the heating on all day. The fire has been going, the fireplace has been going all day today, and it's an absolute sauna up here in this part of the house. So, whew, it's very, 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 very hot and sticky. Now, if I go to the back of our local diocese hymn book, and I look up number 766. This is also a hymn for during Lent, but English-speaking people here in the audience will recognize it as something rather different. So let's play it in a rather different way. If you recognize the tune, tell us what it is in the chat. If you recognize the German words, which some of you might, then do please tell us as well in the chat. This is one of those international hymns. The text was written in Germany in the 70s, according to this, and the melody is from 1551, but it was not written by who you think it was written by. Let's find out if you recognize it. You will recognize it. There you are. A wonderful piece of music. You English speakers recognize it as the Old Hundredth, whatever that means. And it's much older than that. It's a wonderful old melody from, I'm guessing, either a French or Belgian composer, believe it or not. Gosh. From the 1500s. And yes, it's international, so it's known by many as all creatures that on earth do dwell, and various other words. And in our version of the hymn book, it's Du Gott liebst uns von Ewigkeit. You, God, love us forever, which is a very, very crappy translation of that, but that's the kind of thing. And it's traditionally sung. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, we have a ticket coming in from Michael. Thank you, Michael, for your ticket. Very kind indeed. Sometimes I see tickets come in, so I can say thank you in advance. We're working on a solution that we can have this sort of automated, ta-da, so that when things come in, that they appear on the screen. That would be cool, wouldn't it? There's another one. Alexander, thank you for your ticket. Haha, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The tickets are flying tonight, we hope. So yes, now that's a good one. Now, during Lent, all these Lent hymns that get played at this time of year, everyone seems to think they're all very sort of subdued and calm and, oh, we mustn't. Well, that's not actually true. Here's one that it gets played very rarely in this part of Germany, and probably because it's too damn cheery. When we do get it, I play it like this. And I'm not joking, I play it like this. Get ready for this. This is not very Lent-like at all, so get ready for this. Haha, isn't that a cute little melody? You can dance along to that. Definitely not the kind of thing the Catholic Church would want you doing during Lent, but we'd like doing that. Now, oh my goodness, while I was playing that, a number of tickets arrived. I couldn't memorize all of them, but I think Vanessa wrote some names down for me, so I can say thank you. Did you? Is this everybody? Ah, here we are. Jerry, thank you very much, Jerry. Sören, thank you very much, Sören. Wolfgang, thank you very much, Wolfgang. Alexander, thank you very much, Alexander. Cassie, thank you very much, Cassie. Philip, thank you very much, Philip. Michael M, we got Michael M, or is that a different Michael M? A different Michael M. 2 Michaels tonight. Ha! My goodness, the Michaels are buying the tickets tonight. Thank you very much indeed, folks. Like I say, if you do it while I'm talking, then I get it in like that. Otherwise, Vanessa will hopefully catch them on the way past. So thank you very much indeed. Very kind of you. Now, it's not only German hymns that exist at this time of year in Lent. There are some rather beautiful melodies from Englandshire, or the Great Britain of land, or whatever you want to call it. And some of these wonderful, 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 wonderful melodies are... they're just wonderful. That's the only way to describe it, really. And I think this is one of my favorite ones that I used to like playing during Lent when I was still in the United Kingdom, doing my funky stuff on the organ. And I loved this one because not only were the words written by someone called Isaac, the music was written by someone called Isaac as well. So this was always the double Isaac. And the priest would arrive with his list of hymns. He always chose the hymns himself, which I thought was very great, because I'm basically just lazy when it comes to things like that. I always managed to talk my priests into choosing the hymns for me. I sort of butter them up and say, well, you're writing the sermons. You know what you'll be talking about. You know what readings are coming in on the day. So you choose the hymns to fit to that. Don't worry. I'll play anything you want me to play. And it works a treat. They feel very privileged that I would even consider to give them the freedom of... thank you, Marco. There we are. See, this is good. I like this. Thank you, Marco. Very kind. Yeah, let them have the freedom to do those things themselves, and they think you're such a kind and wonderful individual. I'm just basically being lazy, but don't tell them, okay? Don't tell them. Psst, don't tell them. This is the double Isaac then. Oops, sorry there. This is the double Isaac. I love it. Thank you, Wolfgang. Thank you, Steve and Vesta. There we are. Haha. I saw a name come up there and I thought, hold on, I recognize that from somewhere. We have code names in the Gartshore Gang, which is great fun. I was reading some of your chat while I was playing there, and yeah, it's interesting, the subject of choosing hymns for services. Trust me, if you as an organist out there somewhere in the world are burdened with the task of choosing the hymns for services, then actually, believe it or not, the internet is the best place to find the right kind of hymns for the right kind of day. And if you do that, there's always going to be some smart aleck in the congregation who will come up at the end. Usually they have one of those whiny nasal voices, and they will sort of say things like, "Oh, I didn't like the tune you chose for that hymn. I prefer another one." And to which I always say, well, I'm terribly sorry. Let me write that down, and I'll remember that next year when I play it. Just, you know, that kind of thing, yeah? If it happens on a regular basis, then obviously you're choosing the wrong hymns. But if it's the whiny guy, then you can never do anything wrong. Now, the way I do it is, like I say, I con the priest into doing it. And it's great because if someone then comes and moans at me about one of the hymns, "Oh, I didn't like the hymn you played there," I said, "Well, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't particularly mind myself, but it wasn't my choice. It was the priest who chose the hymns tonight." "Oh dear, oh well, I better accept that then, hadn't I?" And so on and so on. And you always get away with it. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The other one you can do if you get those annoying idiots, basically, is, yes, I'm not a politically correct person, never have been, never will be. But if you do get people like that, then you can sort of say things like, "Oh, yes, I know it wasn't maybe the best choice of hymn, but it did fit perfectly with today's service theme." And that usually shuts them up, for a while at any rate. For a while at any rate. Right, anyway, there we are. Thank you. And yes, the harmonies. Someone said something about the harmonies there. Yes, I do love harmonizing hymns. And whether that's, someone said Mendelssohn, well, thank you, that was a compliment. Yeah, it's, you know, when you've got melodies. D major, particularly, I don't know why, D major is the easiest key to do these things in. Whenever you have something like, hold on, let's get the old boxes on again. Whenever you've got a scale, that's the sort of thing you regularly get towards the end of a hymn. So you can do it like this. Oops, that wasn't what I played, was it? What did I play? That's what I played. There you are. Do that kind of thing. That would be a standard harmonization of that. You can also do... and then you can come at it from the other direction. Then why not? Ah, it won't work there. Yeah. Add a couple of minor sort of notes on the way past. The other one you can do is the full Mendelssohn. So when you have D, 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 instead of staying in the key of D, yeah, instead of doing that, you do this. You modulate to F sharp minor. That's the full Mendelssohn. Isn't that great? And that's just the circle of fifths, everyone. So where's F sharp minor? It's there. How do you get there? Move backwards. Circle of fifths is always backwards. Think backwards. What's that? 3, 2, what's it? 6, 2, 5, 1. Sorry, I'm trying to think backwards, aren't I? It's the 2, 5, 1 with the 6 in front. So 6, 2, 5. No, that was. That's just a 2, 5, 1. It's not even a 6, 2, 5, 1. It's just a 2, 5, 1. Vanessa's looking at me like I just came from another planet. She does that regularly, apparently. Yes, but there you are. 2, 5, 1. Always works. Always works. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Right. Anyway, enough harmony. Let's have a request. What's that on top? That looks like something hymn-like. What's this? That's... Let me have a look. Yeah, just give me that. That's a spontaneous hymn, and it's for Panlomito. Hello, Panlomito. Panlomito, Peggy and Chris. Peggy and Chris in the deepest, darkest South America. Wonderful. I'm so jealous of where you are. And, of course, Chris being ex-Netherlands. Netherlands is correct, isn't it? God, I hope I get that right. And let's have number 10. No, where did number 10 go? Oh, that's 20. That's why I was going to say. That's wrong. That's better. And our friend Pan Lomito comes up with some lovely tunes from time to time. This looks like a rather simple one, but I can already see some delicious harmonies. It's called Integer Vitae, which something to do with life. Sorry, my Latin isn't what it used to be. Anyway, here we are. Let's play this. This looks rather nice. A nice, slow, gentle, and rather nice one. So I was asking if there were any tickets to catch up on while we were playing that one. It would appear that that one was so enthralling, there's a good word, so enthralling that it mesmerized you into listening and paying attention. Wonderful. I like that. It is, you're right. Chris is right. It's a beautiful, simple melody. But again, you can really play around with the harmonies and do some amazing things. I love all these harmonies. I'm into harmonies tonight. Right. What's that then? Oh, I know what that is. That's for Joe. That's later. Oh, Joe's not even there. Joe! Where's Joe? We need Joe. There you are. Tuba flourish for Joe. What's this? Oh, this would fit. Are we doing theatre organ tonight? Okay, Vanessa, poll. Theatre organ tonight, yes or no? Simple yes or no. Theatre organ tonight, question mark, and then yes or no. Vanessa's going to do a poll in the chat, and I would like you all to answer. And while you're answering the poll, don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the way past. And while you give us your thumbs up on the way past, I beg your pardon, have you found it? Yeah. She's found it. Right. Okay, while we're thinking about that, and I'm looking at all the other things that are coming tonight, we had a hilarious request, by the way. I'm not going to say who it's, but yeah, perfect. You can send it away like that. Here's the poll. Click. We had a request tonight, and while I'm very flattered to receive requests like this, it's, yeah, the particular request in question is something I will probably never, ever be able to play. Ever. I'm not going to say who it was, but somebody requested. That's as far as I get. And after that, the left hand comes in and does. Or something like that. That's as far as my brain will allow me. Eventually the feet come in and they start doing that as well. And at that point my brain would just, it would physically dissolve inside my skull and dribble out my nose, ears, mouth, and whatever. That is something I will never be able to play in my life. I don't do counterpoint, and that is the highest form of counterpoint, that fugue. And my brain just won't let me do it, so I will never do it. And I'm quite happy to accept that fact. So yes. So please, people, if you request Bach preludes and fugues, don't come to me. just don't, because it's not going to happen. However, something that I can do, and I can do this without any music in front of me whatsoever, is play a lyrically beautiful romantic piece of music. And of course, we are going to dedicate this to our friend Magic Mike the Mechanic, who is out there. You all know Magic Mike the Mechanic, of course, because he has a fast-growing YouTube channel repairing cars and strangely not breaking cars, repairing cars, and having a great time doing them. He is, of course, one of the teams of mechanics around Tyler Hoover from Hoovy's Garage, and you regularly see Magic Mike on Hoovy's channel. And he gets to play around with some of the most delicious and amazing cars you've ever seen in the world. I'm not jealous, not even this. I'm very jealous. And Magic Mike has a great life and things like that. And Magic Mike, however, is also a rather wonderful musician himself. And he is also a member of our little Gartshore gang. So thank you, Magic Mike. Great to have you here. And Magic Mike's request for this evening was this. You will all recognize it. Cue the copyright claims. Here we go. Ha! Ah! It's one of those pieces of music that it sort of comes and goes in fashion, shall we say. Many years ago, I had a choir in Bonn, a university choir. And we had an arrangement of that. Did we buy it or did I write it? I can't even remember if I wrote it. No, I think we bought it. I think it was a bought arrangement. And we had a guy. We had a guy from the States who sang a solo. It was an international student. Justin was his name. And Justin had the most amazing sort of gravelly voice for singing that song. It was absolutely wonderful. The choir just sort of went do-boo-dee-doo in the background, yeah. Doom, 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 doom. All those sort of harmonies and movements, they were just doom, doom, dooming in the background. That kind of thing, yeah. They were doing that in the background. And Justin would sing with his lovely, beautiful, gravelly voice. And the audience just used to, the audience would just dissolve in a big sort of pool of tears and sweat and dribble. It was quite a sight, but it was great, it was wonderful. And yeah, Justin, that was good fun stuff back in those days. What did I forget? I forgot to say thank you to Dominic. Thank you, Dominic. Thank you, Dominic. Dominic bought a ticket, did he?
Ich habe gesagt, ich glaube, das Management muss das wieder übernehmen.
All right, we see, this is the thing. While I'm playing, I can't always see what's going on the screen there. And sometimes they don't come through until like an hour later. We've had that before, where people have bought a ticket. And they've said, we had that regularly, yeah. So, and Vanessa usually says, thank you, Mike, thank you, Dominic, thank you, Steve. Whoever just bought a ticket, and then sometimes we don't get them till like maybe 2 o'clock in the morning when an email will come in the middle of the night saying that somebody bought a ticket, and that was during the concert, so we didn't get it. So PayPal is not always the fastest service, so we do apologize, but yes, thank you anyway. And thank you, Magic Mike, for that request. That was my sort of potted version. There is another part to Hallelujah, which I deliberately didn't play there tonight, in the hope that the copyright bots, well, of course the copyright bots will get it, but never mind. But yeah, nice one. So, Magic Mike, what is your connection to that tune, Hallelujah, from Leonard Cohen? What's your connection to that? Do tell. That'd be interesting to know. Right. Let's have some more requests. I'm in the mood for requests now. It's 11 o'clock here in the evening, so I think... Oh, yes, actually, let's have that, exactly. Yeah, let's have that, right. It was his birthday yesterday. Yes, of course it was, because we played on Friday for him, yes, didn't we? On Friday, we had so many birthdays on Friday night, and as it turned to Saturday, we had a variety of birthdays to celebrate. Marek, Judy, George Harrison. We celebrated all their birthdays with lots of happy birthdaying. And I can tell you this, because he won't mind me saying this, but the guy who suggested I played... The guy who suggested I play that was none other than Marek. And it was Marek's birthday. Now, I'm kind of hoping that Marek said it as a bit of a joke, because he knows that I would never be able to play that kind of thing. So I'm guessing and hoping that Marek said that as a joke, and his actual request was something much more up my street. And we've had this before, and I would like you all to sing along. Ha 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 ha. Sing along. You all know the words. I've got the words here as well. spider pig does whatever a spider pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out, he is a spider pig. Now, The Simpsons have been responsible for a lot of philosophical ideas in life, but I think one of the most philosophical things I've ever heard in my life is the following. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. I think that sums up life perfectly. And I think if everybody from the modern world of political correctness and wokeness, God, what a horrible thing, if they all woke up every morning and looked in the mirror and said, can I swing from a web? No, I can't. I'm a pig. The world would be a better place. That's a keepy. So thank you, Marek, for your sensible request. Much more sensible than Bach's 542. Yes. Wonderful stuff indeed. Right, let's have...
Oh, Joe is stuff down.
Joe is that... how's our poll going?
Joe ist auf jeden Fall irgendwo.
How's our poll?
65 ja, 35 nein.
Ooh, that's close. But still a majority. And I, being the democratic person that I am, one man, one vote. That's democracy. One man, one vote. I am that man. No, I think we'll have this now. This is very exciting. Now, this is something I really didn't know, and it's wonderful. I love it. It's beautiful. Our friend Gleiswanderer, who is normally giving us things from the Brown Book of Magnificence, has this evening changed, and he has given us something much more exciting. This is a piece of music. I suppose it belongs to the sort of the novelty orchestral numbers. That's probably the way you could put it. In fact, let me keep this here. I want to see what's going on in the chit-chat. I can move that across. And this is something by a guy called Paul Linke, probably Paul Linke. I don't know where Paul Linke comes from. I'm guessing he's actually German, because the original title of this piece was German. And it's the Glühwürmchen. The Glühwürmchen. Try saying that when you've had a mouthful of pizza. It translates as, of course, the glowworm, which is a rather lovely, lovely creature. Anyway, we get glowworms around here in the summertime, and it's wonderful. When you go out for a late night walk with the dog in the summertime, you see all the glowworms doing their things in the fields. It's lovely. It's absolutely wonderful. We get them sometimes in the garden, and sometimes they sort of catch underneath the sort of the end of our little sort of terrace. And they sort of catch under there, and sometimes we find them there. Wonderful little creatures. And I never knew there was a piece of music dedicated to them. It's simply called The Glowworm, or just in German, Glühwürmchen. And it's one of those sort of, it's one of those rather delightful, I think we need different registrations actually. Can I get away with these registrations for it? I suppose I can actually. We'll start there. Yeah, that's a good idea. Wonderful piece of music. And yeah, very descriptive. It's quite long, but it's definitely going to be good fun. Here then is the Glowworm, das Glühwürmchen. What a great little piece of music. What's Vanessa signaling to me in the background? She's signaling. She's shaking her head. She's not signaling. Okay. Isn't that a cute piece of music? The glowworm. That's glühwürm tune. I like that. I'm going to record that separately with registrations at some point. Keepy. A keepy. Right. How are we doing on our poll? We're still at 65-35. 65-35. How are we doing? It's 11:15, so let's change later. In fact, do we have any more requests for this organ here? I don't think. I've got this for Joe here. No, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's change, ladies and gentlemen, to the world of theatre organ. Now, we have a few interesting requests that will sound rather good on a theatre organ. And there's one request, I'm going to dedicate it to two people, actually. Two people requested something upbeat, lively, and exciting. So we're going to do that for everybody, which is going to be fun. For those two people, sorry. And yeah, that's the ones we want. Haha, theatre organ time. The glowworm would sound quite nice on that, wouldn't it? Could sound quite nice on a theatre organ too, couldn't it? Now then, ladies and gentlemen, let's have some country and western yeehaw music. And it's not, is it country and western? Yes, I think it is. This is a country hit. Got to be careful how you say that. A country hit. But it was actually made quite famous by, oops, that's the wrong pedal, isn't it? Made quite famous by the Eagles. The Eagles with the erstwhile singer Linda Ronstadt. Remember Linda Ronstadt or Stadt? Remember her? And she had a wonderful sort of country voice. And this is a brilliant piece of music, actually. I don't think I've ever played it. Have I ever played anything country-wise? Good question. This is a good one. Silver Threads and Golden Needles. And if you know what it's all about, then do please tell us. Country music's usually all about the same kind of thing, isn't it? Now, this piece of music is written in the fiend key of B major. He said getting B major wrong. Yes, but because it's written in B major with no funny accidentals, I can automatically go and play it in B flat major, which makes it easier on my fingers. Believe it or not, fingers feel... I got that wrong too. I was working on cars today, so my hands are all, look at that, I've broken off 2 bits of nail there, I've got a hole in my thumb, I've got a hole in this finger here. Sympathy, everybody. I beg your pardon. Steve, how would you like a real 2-manual 6-rank Wurlitzer? Steve, I would very much like a 2-manual 6-rank Wurlitzer. Where would I put it? But having said that, I do know of several buildings where a lovely little theatre organ would fit rather nicely. Steve, write me an email. I like it. Okay, anyway, so yes, B flat major. Yes, I was mucking about on cars today, which is why I have various holes in my hands. And where the sun comes in. No, that's different. So that's different indeed. Let's play, ladies and gentlemen, Silver Threads and Golden Needles, a semitone lower than written, for our friend Joe, who is here tonight. Joe is here tonight, isn't he? Yeah. Yes, he is here tonight. And Joe requested this on Friday, but we couldn't find it. And believe it or not, I found this piece of music in the Real Country book. You know, the Real books. If you're a jazz musician or if you're a wannabe jazz musician, you have the Real books. And there's one called the Real Country book, and I found it in there. So, now we are. Seek and ye shall find. I love that kind of stuff. I love any tune in the world that doesn't just use those 3 chords, and in the middle there, when you're not expecting it, it gives it an automatic. I don't know why. Elmer Bernstein was the first to do it, to give us sort of a cowboy feel. We know what this is about. Yeah, cowboy music. Just that movement. Oh, gives a sort of a lovely feel to it, a restless feel. I like it. Now, I'm going to play a jazzy tune. Now, while I play this jazzy tune, my manager is going to sneak across to the cupboard of magnificence where we house all our magnificent books, and she is going to give me the A to M book. She knows which one I mean. Yes, she's yawning and saying yes at the same time. Poor Vanessa is very tired at the moment. Very, very tired indeed. In the meantime, while she's doing that, I'm going to play something that was requested earlier this evening, and sadly I didn't write down who it was for. Somebody requested a boogie woogie. And of course, boogie woogie on the theatre organ is great fun. Let's do a boogie woogie in G tonight. While that happened, our laptop decided to go and have a RAM moment. We had a RAM overload on our computer during that. Poor Vanessa had a panic attack. Ladies and gentlemen, there you are, a little boogie woogie to warm things up on the old theatre organ there. Now then, let's have that big book, please.
Nancy.
Oh, Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy, ticket, Nancy. Nancy, ticket. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. How's the baking going tonight, Nancy? Nancy is our resident baker. She's always baking good, fun things, which we love to see and we would love to taste. But shipping them over from Chicagoland to this part of the world would probably not be very good. Not a good idea. Thanks, Nancy. Hope you're doing well. And thank you also for the picture you sent recently. Nancy sent us a lovely picture recently where she was sitting at home, typing away in the chat, and she was wearing a, was it a Swedish cap? Yes, it was a Swedish cap, wasn't it? And the sun was shining in from the side. It was very, very idyllic and very international as well. So thank you very much, Nancy, for that. Wonderful indeed. Now, we had a great little request tonight from Steffi. Steffi is Alexander's daughter. That's Steffi Wunderlich. And Steffi requested a tune that I'm not only going to dedicate to Steffi, I'm going to dedicate it to our friend Ian, who is not in Dingwall tonight. He's in Inverness. And he's in one of the upper floors of the Inverness Hospital, in Rigmore Hospital, where he got one of his legs sawn off recently or something along those lines. Turned around and put back on in the right direction. And he's had to go back and have something else done connected to his leg. So Ian, sorry that you've had to go back to hospital again. So just to get you kicking, for the thrill of it all, Ian requested something upbeat and lively, whether it be a hymn or a show tune. So let's do a show tune, you know me. And to get you kicking, Ian, that we're going to do this one. You will recognize it. You will definitely recognize it. Stand up and dance around if you can. Or actually, I better be politically correct here. Get some of the ward staff to help you out and get you dancing along to this one. Charleston from South Carolina, made in South Carolina. Joe, humans, made in South Carolina. So there you have it. Beg your pardon? Oh, Vanessa was laughing. Good heavens. Can I have a top-up of my, get ready, emoji time. Can I get a top-up of my tasty beverage, please? My goodness me. I suppose I should hold it down a bit, shouldn't I? Thank you. It's always the same. There's that sort of 2/3 thing that Vanessa does with a glass. Gosh. You have to upload that as an individual clip. Thank you, cameratim.com. I might do that. I am recording things as we go along tonight. Which is good fun. Now, we also had a request for Jelly Roll Morton. Remember Jelly Roll Morton? What was his name? Ferdinand Lamont, or whatever his real name was. Wonderful guy. Claimed to have invented jazz, which is obviously nonsense. But he was, you know, he was one of sort of New Orleans' top dogs back in the day. Pool shark, drug lord, pimp. Am I allowed to say that? Is it late at night? Yeah. And jazz pianist. Wonderful guy, Jelly Roll Morton. I would have loved to have met him. And he composed all sorts of wonderful, wonderful, crazy pieces of music, one of which I actually love rather a lot. Oh, thank you for all the tasties, for the beverages. Yes, thank you. Very kind. And this is one of the ones that is just, it's one of his bizarre ones. Hold on. Oh. Oh, we have to show that. We have to show that. Oh, right, we're saving that and we're doing that immediately. Where is this magnificent thing? Right, we're having that. Hold on. Steve, I have to play around here. Right, I get to do some technical stuff now. Off with the cans. Off with the cans. Request for Yellowbird. All right, we can have a look at that in a moment. First things first, something exciting. Ooh. I don't know how my computer works. Oh, there it is. Bing! Is this going to work in the right direction? Yes, it should. Right, media. Vanessa, what do? I drag it in here. Is that right? I drag it in there, and it's in the right direction, and then you do something with it. Right, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Steve, yeah?
Yes, Steve.
Right, Steve. Steve has... Now, I don't know what the story behind it is, because I didn't read the email, but earlier in the chat, earlier this evening... Sorry, Nancy, I just read your message there. Oh, you did? Oh, God, Vanessa's forgetting things in the background. Steve wrote something. He said, how would you like a two-manual 6-rank Wurlitzer? Now, Wurlitzer being, of course, a theatre organ manufacturer. Two manuals, obviously meaning 2 keyboards, and 6 ranks, meaning 6 different voices of pipes, 6 ranks of pipes, rows of pipes with different sounds. And Steve sent us a picture of the beautiful little console. Picture, here we go, Vanessa. Picture. 3, 2, 1, and click. Right, check that out, ladies and gentlemen. That is a real Wurlitzer theatre organ console. It even has a Wurlitzer music desk that says Wurlitzer there on the music desk. It's got 2 swell pedals, which means the pipes are installed in 2 different... Actually, maybe not. Hold on, 2 swell pedals probably means 1 chamber of pipes and 1 crescendo pedal. That's a quick sort of guess on the way past. 2 manuals, various pistons, lots of different stops and lots of goodies. Right, ladies and gentlemen, how would you like to see this thing in real life? I'm going to talk to Steve about this, and who knows, we might be importing a small theatre organ to Germany at some point. Wouldn't that be cool? How much fun would that be? That is lovely, isn't it? Everyone's saying it's lovely. It is. It looks rather beautiful. Yeah. Right. Steve, expect communication. Expect communication. What's this?
Yellowbird.
What is this? All right, what is it, though, first of all, before we do it? Bing! It's in, what key is it in? It's in G minor, and it does... I have no idea what this is, but it looks rather... I don't know what it is, but it looks rather cute. Right, spontaneous request from our friend Yellowbird, known officially as Paul. Am I allowed to say that? I just did. And this is a foxtrot. I'm guessing he chose this because Gleiswanderer chose the Glühwürmchen. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is, we'll do Jelly Roll Morton in a minute. Let's do this first. This is a piece of music called The Hippo Hop by Oswald B. Wilson. Oswald B. Wilson. Hands up if you can picture Oswald B. Wilson. I can. He's got little round glasses and a bald head and used to work in a library, but has a dark secret. Oswald B. Wilson, who came up with this, the Hippo Hop. I have no idea what this is. Let's see what it sounds like. Ha! Right, the hippo hop. That's interesting. I quite like that. Have we found out who Oswald B. Wilson is yet? I rather like that. Thank you, Yellowbird, for your request. You know what to do. Tips in the jar. Tips in the jar. Later, we're going to do some Jelly Roll Morton first. We had a request for, like I say, Jelly Roll Morton. People love piano music, piano jazz. And this should be no exception. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. Something happened to my registrations there. The piano disappeared, which it shouldn't have done. Yeah, this is a really weird one from 1926, when Jelly Roll was still swapping between Chicago and New Orleans. And I'm guessing this one came from his, well, Chicago period, probably. But it's based around a blues in A flat. But it's got the most weird sort of bits in between. He called it The Chant, which is not to be confused with the Jimmy Smith The Chant on the Hammond organ. This is a piece of music called The Spooky Serenade, or The Chant, by Mr. Jelly Roll Morton. It's weird, but it's great fun. It goes, hopefully, something like this. The Chant, given the Jelly Roll Morton treatment there. If you want to do Jelly Roll Morton, pick a key. In this case, A flat. Pick a key. Take the 6th note of A flat major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's F. And then play an F in octaves. And use your 3 fingers at the top of your hand, or 4 fingers actually, to do 4 semitones up to the top F. And when you do it, play the bottom one at the same time, and then just play. And that is how to do Jelly Roll Morton.
Kannst du ganz kurz mal die Orgel generell erklären, also wie das hier funktioniert,
Who's asking?
Steve Sutherland.
Steve Sutherland. Hello, Steve Sutherland. Is Steve Sutherland new to the channel? Steve Sutherland, welcome to the Gartshore Gang, and thank you for asking. Yes, this is nothing other than a MIDI controller. 4 manuals, 4 keyboards, and pedals. Basically a keyboard for the feet. Now, I'm playing a theatre organ here, and it's a digitally sampled theatre organ, an actual theatre organ in an actual cinema somewhere in the United States. Somebody, yeah, exactly, Alex Michael is explaining it. It's a real organ that exists in a real building somewhere, and pipe for pipe, note for note, including all the things like the piano, including the things like the vibraphone. Hold on, there's all sorts of shit on there as well. Hold on, let's get rid of that. The vibraphone, yeah. All of these things have been sampled note for note using microphones. Those samples, those wave files, are then compounded together into the most convoluted piece of organization you've ever come across in your life. And it's played through a piece of software here called Hauptwerk. Hauptwerk being the German word for great manual on an organ. Hauptwerk is what you would find on any sort of largish organ. And this piece of software is very sophisticated, and it means via these MIDI controllers you can recreate real organs digitally, okay? And they are real organs. Now, if you were here earlier this evening, we started out, I was playing an organ from Italy, from an Italian cathedral. So there's an Italian cathedral organ, again, perfectly sampled note for note. Go back and look at the beginning of this live stream afterwards. And yeah, and thanks to MIDI, of course, you can save combinations of, you see this changing on the screen, combinations of different stops to create different registrations and come up with these wonderful effects. It's a very sophisticated piece of software, but it basically means it feels like you're playing a real organ in a real building, obviously through headphones in my case. And, well, headphones because we're streaming it live to YouTube around the world. So, yes, so thank you for asking, Steve. And it would be great to see you, you know, for more of these live streams, because then I explain more about it. Go and check out some of the other videos and tell all your friends and give us a thumbs up too, the way it does. So, yes, so there you are. It's just basically MIDI playing very sophisticated software. Now, this is not the kind of software you can run on any old computer. This is an up-to-date, brand new computer, 128 gigs of RAM, incredibly fast NVMe drives, doing all its thing. You need that to get this to work seamlessly. And of course, to load up all the samples. It's incredible stuff, incredible stuff. Right, we had a request for, oh, good heavens, that's not for theatre organ. Peter, hello Peter. Can we do this? I'm not sure we could do this on a theatre organ. Can we do this in a theatre organ? No. No, we'll save this. Peter, can I do this on Friday, please? Can you write Friday on there? We'll do this on Friday, okay? Peter has requested something wonderful, and this would sound brilliant on one of our organs, which has the most amazing big fat fanfare stops. We'll save that one for Friday, yeah? Friday, thank you. That's Mrs. Gartshore in the background, by the way, Steve, Vanessa. She's the manager, and she does everything in the background. She's controlling all this, the chatty stuff and all the rest of that. There you are. Right, where were we? Any more spontaneous and bizarre requests? Or am I allowed to do my thing now? I can do my thing. Wonderful. Right. You know I love the music of Thomas Fats Waller. Fats Waller being one of the finest, if not the finest, stride piano player. Stride meaning, a big tenths in the left hand and jumping around. All that kind of stuff, yeah? Fats Waller. But Fats Waller was an organist as well, and he played some of his compositions on the organ. And one he did play, but there's only one recording of it out there, and it's very rare, and I know what it sounds like. Not many other people do, because it's not officially out there. He recorded his piece of music, his favorite piece of music, Honeysuckle Rose, on an organ, on a theatre organ, somewhere in New Jersey. I'm not telling you any more than that. It sounded something crazy. It sounded something a little bit like this. Something like that. Honeysuckle Rose, or Honey Suck My Nose, or if you're really kinky, Honey Suck My Toes. There's an easier version of it than that. Hold on. Okay, once again, we are digging in the internet to find some music that has been requested. People, gang@gartshore.de, gang@gartshore.de. Send us your special requests in advance, and then we can, we can get these things looked up and get them out. Sometimes it's very difficult to find things that you're requesting. If possible, send us the dots as well, like here, like Yellowbird sent us the music, which was wonderful, thank you. If you can actually, find the music, send it to us like that, and I will try my best to spontaneously play it. I will not spontaneously play anything by Bach, though. I wonder what Bach would sound like on the theatre organ. That could sound interesting. I might play around with that one day. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's the end of the evening's entertainment. I do apologize. It's Sunday night. It's about to turn midnight, which means it's Monday. Monday is when the sinful world of work starts for some or most of you, if it hasn't already, if you're somewhere else in the world. So I do apologize if you have to go out and do some horrendous things called work. What a terrible thing. But do please have a good week. During the week, I will be posting some new videos. There will be more additional videos for our Patreons and our members here on YouTube. So get ready for that. And it's coming up to the beginning of the month, which means next weekend is... What does that mean? It means next weekend is... Tuba weekend, which means it's the extra concert for our... special supporters. So yes, that's coming up very, very soon. So yeah, busy week ahead. We look forward to it. Have a great one yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you as soon as possible. Thank you very much for contributing this evening. Thank you for putting your tips in the tip jar for buying our virtual concert tickets. There you are. Vanessa's got a link there. Buy your virtual concert ticket here. Thank you for your support. There you are. I shall say that again. Thank you for your support. Have a wonderful week, everybody. We will see you very soon. It's time for the Bye Bye Blues.